EA Sports coverage of the NFL has come to East Asia in the bustling metropolis that is Tokyo, Japan.
For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoff.
And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Already here, they'll audible to something else.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. They keep it with Henry on 1st down.
And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
They work now on 2nd and 9. Now Jackson going to shift him around.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw.
And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense.
They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. This time, Jackson will throw it.
They're looking deep here for Flowers.
And this is caught. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown.
Zay Flowers, 55 yards. And the Dragons are on the board first here in this division round matchup.
Well, this has been a quick strike offense all season long, finding many different ways to manufacture big plays.
They had a big playoff preview today in the papers, and it was about who would set the tone. Well, they just set the tone right there.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10.
Right at the 30.
Tua getting it quickly out to Waddle.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive. And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down. He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And boy, down a touchdown already, but they're going to line up to go for it on their side of the field. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. He had 6 catches in the wild card win, and that's his first one here in the divisional round, and it's a 1st down. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the 1st down markers were. The defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
This one thrown up.
Now the ball comes loose and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
They'll run. Here's Devon Achane. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line.
12 more yards there and another 1st down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? Because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. Now Hill. Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it.
Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options. Tua sets up to pass it. Wright's got it. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Jalen Wright from 6 yards away. And the Dolphins respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Austin Seibert on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Jackson, option right. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The quarterback run good for 10 that time, but it does lead to a 3rd down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Play action. It's Jackson. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
These two teams all tied after one. 2nd quarter now, and it's our home team with possession as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. And they'll send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Play action. Now it's Tua.
Throw caught by Achane.
They'll go down as a gain of 6, and that will bring up second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 4. Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
3rd and 4.
Looking to pass. Tua. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it, and the Dolphins have taken the lead.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
A really good pickup of 28 yards. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 42-yard line. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Jackson from the shotgun. He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Jackson. That's caught. It's Flowers. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A gain of 32 that time.
He scored their touchdown earlier, and this had a chance to be another. This secondary scrambling for answers, looking at each other, trying to figure out who is going to put the clamps on this guy, because right now, he's absolutely shredding them.
A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be second and goal. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now second and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on third and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Now Lamar changing the look. Henry again. Pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line. It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. They're not going to kick it. A chip shot, but they're going for it down 3 on 4th down. Jackson will keep it, and he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
The sneak successful from a yard out, and the Dragons' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one going to hop into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. On play action, here's Tua. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because any incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
Going to the air. Tagovailoa. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he is stopped just short on third down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
They'll go. HN.
And they are going to stop them on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. They'll start out here with a jet sweep.
Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Now Lamar changing the play.
Henry running right. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup. And now they've got a 3rd down and 8. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Jackson now. And incomplete. They tried to drop it off, but he couldn't hold on.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Tucker's kick is good.
So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And a throw right sideline is complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 21 yards. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
Well, the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down.
Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. that to him again. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burned the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. Tua, the final shot before half. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Winner go home. That's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback, and the third quarter will start from the 30. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
Jackson going to change things up a bit.
A first down carry for Henry. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did that time for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Off the option, here's Henry.
As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3. It leaves him with 4th and 1.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Now Justin Tucker's out to try the field goal. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And any anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game.
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
Jalen Waddle, 79 yards. And the Dolphins have cut it back within a score. Seibert on for the PAT.
It's up and good, and the lead's now down to 3 at 20-17. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. From the gun, Jackson.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Now it's Jackson.
Looking left side, and it's complete.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Now Jackson going to shift him around.
Henry up the middle.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Second and 7. They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown! A big play there. 42 yards.
And the Dragons are able to widen their advantage.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
2nd and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup. Out of the gun, here's a give to Achane. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
But these guys got to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Tua. Dancing to his left. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open on him for a big play and a 1st down.
Escaping the pressure right. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only 1st down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
Got an open man finding Hill on the comeback route. And he'll take other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Tua to Tyreek for the Miami first.
Well, certainly as a fan, you get a little bit nervous when you see him make those kind of throws. But they work on that in practice more than we know. And most of them now know their limits and know what they can get away with. And there's a completion right there.
Here's Tua. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. One quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the 4th. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the gun, it's Tua. This is caught. And the Dolphins are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Oh, nice job there putting the ball right in the doorstep of the goal line. Couldn't quite get in to pay dirt, but he got awfully close. Let's see if they can cash it in over the next couple of plays.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Tua going to run the sneak.
And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
Right. He is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way.
Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
A big one coming in this divisional round playoff, 3rd and goal.
Tua going to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami.
Devon Achane.
A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Dolphins have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now.
Makes the score Dragons 27, Dolphins 24.
The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away.
I couldn't take the chance. This will be returned from the goal line.
And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now, their friend, as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday. 41 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And that's just an ideal run to start this drive because they're in full ball control mode now. So if you keep ripping off 7, 8, 9 yards of carry, you're going to have a great chance of finishing off this game.
Henry again on 2nd down. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carried around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
They'll try and choose some clock with Henry. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on 1st down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Again, it's Henry. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 7. Now Lamar changing the look.
Henry out of the pistol. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go.
A gain of 6 on the play. It's now 4th down and 1.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. John Harbaugh going to roll the dice. They're going for it on 4th down. Oh, they're changing this at the line. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. What a chance they just took. A huge chance. They go for it on 4th down, wind up getting the first.
Go ahead and admit it. You thought it was a bad call, didn't you?
I did, yes.
I think any normal person did. How about him picking it up? Give him credit.
The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. On the option right is Jackson. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
How about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed.
Hey, Trayvon.
He made the decision to go. He committed to it and went. Let's face it. Most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1.
That's a great
Raven.
there on 1st down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
You know what I'm doing. You know what I'm doing. You know what I'm doing. It don't matter.
Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1.
You know what I'm doing. It don't matter. It's my time.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
Lamar Jackson scoring on the sneak from a yard out.
Finally beat this bomb, Trayvon. Finally beat this bomb. That's what you get.
Tucker with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Got the Achilles heels out the way. Got the Achilles heel out the way. Let's go, baby. Let's go. So you know it's my year. Let's go.
The ball is loose. So a teammate picking him up there.
Let's go, baby. My year. My lead. My lead, baby. Let's go.
You want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm.
My lead, baby.
Gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down.
Stop playing with me, man.
A loss of 10, and it'll bring up second.
I wonder if they're wandering back to the huddle thinking
My lead.
just hit rewind.
We out here.
Definitely not the down they wanted to begin this drive by giving up a sack, but for the defense, that's exactly how they drew it up.
He's going to let it fly.
God damn. I don't know y'all getting burnt when I pushed y'all back.
And he takes this
How y'all getting beat when I pushed y'all back? Did I really have to play that?
here in the final
That's
minute,
crazy.
a little bit tighter.
Nigga burnt y'all. Nigga burnt y'all. Waddle, waddle, waddle.
PAT.
I don't care about that shit. You don't got no more timeouts, nigga.
Field goal now.
I wouldn't even get that up no more. I'll go to prevent before I do anything else that retarded shit.
So still a chance with just over 20 seconds to go, but they need to get this one back, no doubt.
And I'm going to kneel the ball.
And
Game
this
time.
will be recovered by the hands team.
Game time.
Should
Let's
just
go.
about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though. Now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to.
That's how we do it, baby. I told you I'm going back to the Super Bowl. Let's go.
And call it a day.
You just got on this team. You don't know how to use them.
Go to a knee here, and with that,
You don't know how to use them.
the AFC title game.
Let's go, baby.
So with that knee, they take care
Let's
of
go.
business in the divisional round. They'll be back
GG's in the
this
chat.
week.
GG's in the
One more
freaking
hurdle to get to the
chat.
big show.
The good feelings, they just keep coming. They get to ride that wave for at least one more week because they have their big prize in their
guy used to
eyes.
always
Getting
beat
to
me.
the Super
He
Bowl.
always used to get lucky.
Next week after
Always
winning
used to
this
get lucky. He ain't get lucky this time. We was ready. We was ready. GG's in the chat. We out, you dig?